Hidden Object Guru here with hot new game Glitch's Trip, where you play as a glitch. Of course the lamp's fine. Inside a computer who, I don't know, does things? Race towards the peaceful planet voted to create the mysterious moon juice. Oh.
It's actually a really old, well, it's not super
Oh no!
old. Well, I mean, depending on what you think of as super old. It's a hanging lamp. It used to hang over my parents' kitchen table when I was a kid. It is under... It seems to take a lick and keep on ticking.
Don't say that.
That's not right. But yeah, it has been hit many times and is still perfectly fine. It's really strange.
It's a great lamp.
The day that lamp breaks is the day I'm going to be really upset, considering it's my age.
I know.
At least.
Oh no! They're draining the planet to make moon juice!
Moon juice?
Exactly.
Is moon juice sweet?
No.
Oh. Is it tart?
Oh! He's an alien named Glitch. He's not actually a glitch. What is Rec Room, Peters? Brian? Okay, let's try Mystic Cave. Okay, boom. LT to jump. That's a weird button to assign to jump game. Oh, you're gonna hop up the walls. That's cute. I can grind on the walls to slide slowly, just like Super Meat Boy. Yay! Twin stick shooter controls! It is an old-ass lamp, that's true. So what did that moon juice container do? Did that give me health? Do I have to break them all for some reason?
It says here, Rec Room is a virtual reality online video game and game creation system developed and published by Rec Room Inc. And
Oh, that's the thing for the PSVR.
There you go.
There you go. So you have to destroy all of those glitch... No, I'm glitch. All of those floaty deals in order to unlock the exit.
Hey,
Oh, no, being timed.
Horror King, not cool.
Now, was I supposed to shoot that thing or pick it up?
But yes, it is old.
Whoa, dude, not cool. Oh, I can go through these things in that mode. Nice. I don't know what that mode is called, but I like it. Alright, so. Nice. That was closer than I wanted it to be, so I kill him and the door opens up immediately. Nice. And I dodged his bullet. Thank you kindly. This does not feel the most safe. Oh, I just noticed that I fly backwards when I shoot my gun. So cute. Oh no, I didn't dodge it in time. Well, yeah, I don't play anything online on my PSVR, Brian. So it's not unusual. I mean, what was the last VR online game I played in VR? I mean, PSVR. Oh, weird. It makes secret platforms appear. Nice. PSVR, I probably played a bunch of, what do you call it? My beloved Farpoint online. I co-opted most of the game online one time, and that's a really good game to co-op, by the way. I've done a bunch of co-op Arizona Sunshine, too. But as a general rule, you're not going to find me playing online games at all, let alone on VR. I truly believe VR is best thought of as, you know, a solitary experience to explore a strange new world. Oh, the other game. Obviously Star Trek Bridge Crew. 100% I've played a bunch of Star Trek Bridge Crew. She hasn't, but I watched the first season of it. Then I got tired of it, and then I stopped watching it.
Yeah.
I got tired of it about halfway through the first season.
I'm not a huge horror fan, so...
Whoa. Oh, that was cool. Careful, Helgaroo. Boom. But yeah, if you wanted me to play Rec Room sometime, be sure to put it in the request thing, on the... Oh, weird. No! They got me, everybody. How do I get there when the walls are down? Try that again. Oh, Oculus Quest. Okay. Is it available also on Vive? Because I also have a Vive. At least I got a little better at moving that, at dealing with that. Timing my escape. So I was thinking about the scary stories to tell in the dark, which isn't great. But most of the reason that it isn't great is it starts, like, one of the main characters is, and this is true, a guy who's draft dodging from Vietnam. And the whole movie is set around when Nixon is getting elected, right? And there's this subtext in the movie about, you know, what trash Nixon is, and how it's all a lie, and how parents are basically just making stuff up as they go along, and don't really know what's best for anyone, and how deadly secrets from the past, if the new generation doesn't face them, they'll keep killing people forever. So you would imagine it was a film that was very anti-Vietnam War. But at the end of the movie, he's like, well, I guess it's my responsibility to go to Vietnam because my brother was brutally murdered in Vietnam, and that's why I didn't want to go.
Which movie is this?
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I just said that.
I wasn't listening.
Well, I didn't say it was scary. I know it's not scary. It's just, you know, mostly unpleasant.
And that's my issue with horror movies. It's not that they're scary. I don't necessarily mind scary stuff. I mean, I don't like cheap scares.
Obviously.
Like when they do loud screaming, like jump scares with flashing lights in my eyes.
I have a
like,
shield!
Screw you guys. Like,
how long will that last?
I just like that.
Nice. So is it a time thing? Is it an amount of hits?
It's more just that, and as I've said to Poguru here beside me, not many a time, but you know, on a few occasions, I don't actually dislike horror movies. It's just that most of them suck.
There's only one actually scary horror movie, and that's the John Carpenter movie Prince of Darkness. There's nothing else that's actually scary. I mean, there's gruesome ones, there's startling ones, but the only actually scary horror movie that, like, down to your core, scare you, that's Prince of Darkness. So I know some people would say 1978's Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's pretty good, but it's not Prince of Darkness. If you haven't seen Prince of Darkness, do yourself a favor, go watch Prince of Darkness. It's the one of the most delightful movies ever. Truly a wonderful bit from John Carpenter's career, and provided a not insignificant amount of the inspiration for a certain movie that I wrote that just had its premiere at Fantasia. There's a bunch of Prince of Darkness in there. I'm not going to pretend there isn't. Ow! You jerk! Apparently I have to move a lot faster with that thing.
Well, no. So yeah, I think the first one. Well, I know I said that after. Is it Cabin in the Woods, the Joss Whedon one?
Yeah. God damn it.
Like, see, I don't like it. And then, of course, I said that to you after Get Out.
Of course, yeah.
Like, I like horror movies when they're good.
There's only like 3 good horror movies ever. Prince of Darkness, The Thing, and Halloween. That's right, the only 3 good horror movies ever were all made by John Carpenter. Surprising no one.
Not including Get Out?
No.
Or are you not counting it as a horror movie?
Either way, I'm just saying there's only 3 good horror... I did. I'm just saying that in the history of horror movies, there have only been 3 good horror movies, and they're all by John Carpenter. Okay, that was bad. I really have to kill him before I start the jumping. That is it. I kind of wish there was a timer, right? Like a clear timer on how long this thing is going to stay teleported. Because watch what happens. So I go this way, right? And I want to get to those green ones, but I have to wait for the... Oh, there we go. So you have to wait until they're coming back from the other side. Careful. Oh, she doesn't have time to watch a whole anime, Horror King. She hasn't even had time to watch Girls in Panzer.
Well, no, I started it, and then it was all shaking here, and I had a migraine, so I stopped watching it.
And you haven't had time since.
Oh no, it was after I had that nasty
What the
flu.
hell?
I was like, this will be the perfect thing. I'm recovering from the flu. And I'm like, I've been super nauseous. And then the entire opening sequence of Girls in Panzer is like,
they're in a tank.
Because they're in a tank. And I was
What?
like, no.
I've got a super awesome weapon.
I should totally get around and watching it.
You should. It's on Netflix, and it's the best anime that's ever been made.
Well, since all the late night shows seem to be on like a 2 to 3 week break, it's something I can watch on the mornings.
It's true. I hear you. Must escape. You dick!
Although I am anxiously awaiting the next season of Legends of Tomorrow, which
As
should
one
be
does.
uploaded soon to one of our streaming services.
Get off your asses, streaming services,
Usually
and give
the
us
end of
Legends of
September.
Tomorrow. I do a daily live stream, Brian, yes. We're here every night at 9 Eastern Daylight Time until, Halloween's 25 hours long this year.
Cool.
And it's happening on a full moon.
Cool.
Yep.
Oh, and it's on a weekend, right?
Well, it would have to be if it's 25 hours long. Didn't stay down long enough. It's a weird level. So every weeknight at 9 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, or Eastern Standard Time after Halloween. And then on Saturdays, we show up at noon and play Girls in Panzer and one other video game. And then on Sundays, I take requests. And if people have had an interesting request for a game I should check out, I play that instead. Either that or I just play something I've been meaning to get a little deeper into. So, for example, this week, if there's not an interesting request, we're going to be playing more of Helheim Hassle, which is an awesome game about a guy trying to navigate the Viking underworld. And we'll also play some... I was going to say, can you guess? But of course you can guess. Samurai Jack, obviously.
Yeah.
Halloween is 25 hours long because because it's the Sunday, and you're springing and you're falling back. So, it's the Saturday, and you're falling back. So when you get to midnight, you turn the clock back an hour, and you get an extra hour of Halloween.
Now, if they wanted to do away with this nonsense, we'd be fine with
This would be the year to stop doing that. Make the last 25-hour day be Halloween. That would be perfect.
I don't understand why we do this time change thing.
Oh, there's no reason to do it. It's insane. It's from World War I, and literally Kaiser Wilhelm thought it would save diesel. It's the stupidest thing in the world to do. It costs people lives every year when they lose that hour of sleep in April and go a whole week trying to catch up on the sleep and just all get into car accidents. Mm-hmm.
Although, here in Ontario and Canada, a lot of people are returning to work, and let me tell you, they haven't driven anywhere in 6 months.
Wow.
They have forgotten how driving works.
So the statistics came out for the this year so far of police deaths. Because, police want to talk about how dangerous their job is.
Yeah.
And it turns out 200 cops have died this year.
In America?
In America, obviously.
That can't possibly be.
No. 200 people don't, die violently or... Like, cops almost never get killed in Canada. But anyway. We just have, a massacre of cops every now and then, and it's horrible and tragic. But
every now and again, a cop dies on duty, and then it's a huge deal.
Giant story.
Giant funeral, usually.
Oh, yeah. Almost every time. But anyway, of those 200 and some, more than 100 died of COVID.
Yep.
Yeah. I think, 30 were shot.
Yeah.
Or killed in the line of duty that way. And then the funny part was, I think it was something like 25 or 26 of them were killed in car accidents, right? But they weren't they were broken down into car and motorcycle accidents separately, as if a cop who gets killed while driving a motorcycle is somehow different than one who gets killed while driving a car.
Well, you're more likely to die if you're driving a motorcycle.
That's true, but it's not really relevant for the purposes of this, Study.
I went for first aid training taught by...
Oh, sorry, I should have been clear, Brian. Evening 9 o'clock. 9 p.m. Sorry.
Hoguru does not acknowledge a 9 a.m. exists.
I may have woken up before 9 a.m. once, but it would have just been once. And this is a really embarrassing true story because it makes me look like a terrible person, but literally on the... oh god, on the last day of high school, I was like, well, that's my last time I ever wake up early. And I've kind of lived by that since, except when there was a job.
Yeah, I'm like, you've had jobs where you've had to get up early. Are you telling me in university you had no 9 a.m. classes?
I tried it once one semester and I didn't like it, and then I moved to only 11 a.m. classes.
Wow. I mean, I tried to do that, but it wasn't possible. And why were all the film classes Friday at 8 a.m.?
Because they only want losers to be able to take them.
So seriously, Friday at 8 a.m. I had, specifically my first year university, a film class. And this was the class where you had to watch the movie. So you were now going to sit in the dark. I think it actually started at 8 a.m. I'm not entirely sure. And watch a movie.
Everyone fell asleep during every movie.
Everyone fell asleep. It was, and everyone went out Thursday nights drinking.
Yep.
Personally, I went out Thursday nights drinking often. Well, when it was university, of course I did. But often because Thursday nights were when Charles DeLint and other musicians on his unofficial band would play at a local pub for free, and it was really great music. And if you're not aware of who Charles DeLint is, he's a great fantasy writer, and you should totally check him out. He's also an amazing musician who plays a ton of instruments. And
he is not literally the creator of urban fantasy, but he's the most influential urban fantasy writer of the 80s and 90s.
Is he?
He's up there.
He's up there. I wouldn't say he's the most influential, and I think he would argue he's not the most influential.
I know he would, because he's very modest.
Yes.
But he's incredibly influential, and people love his work.
Yes. And yes, we've both met the man. I know him quite well.
Yeah.
But I was a fan before I met him.
What?
Which was pretty cool, because since the first time I met him was at one of those pub nights, and my friend that I was with was also a fan, and non-ironically was so excited she started bowing down to him, like Wayne and Garth and, Wayne's World.
By the way, thank you for bringing that up. Dear Hollywood, where's our Wayne's World remake?
Right?
Wayne's World is 100 more times relevant today than it was at the time.
Yeah.
Because now, they were guys doing a cable access TV show, which wasn't a huge thing at the time and doesn't exist now. Today, there are literally 5 million people making or trying to make their living doing web shows where they and their friend sit on a couch and talk about which band is the best one. Wayne's World is literally happening to real people every day. Even the plot line of them getting picked up by a major media thing who then tries to control their message and who they cover and what. Every piece of Wayne's World is more relevant today than it was when it came out. And where is our new Wayne's World, everybody? It makes no sense.
And I mean, it's weird.
You have a good night,
Brian. Brian. Thanks for showing up. And it's weird because the the sketches they have on SNL about people who stream and stuff like that are shit.
Yeah, and they're less relevant to it than Wayne's World was 30 years ago.
I'm you already have this sketch.
Yeah. And I'm saying you don't even have to do it on Saturday Night Live. Just get us a new Wayne's World.
Well, I know. I think Mike Myers retained the ownership of them.
He might have.
In part. But could part of the problem be that Dana Carvey also retains ownership? And, legendarily they do not get along anymore?
Possibly, but I think what you have to remember about Dana Carvey is, first and foremost, he's a guy who likes money the most.
Shoot on the turrets firing on
No, they're immortal.
That's upsetting.
It is. Yeah, I don't understand why there isn't a new Wayne's World show or movie or something right now.
That is weird. I mean, Bill and Ted 3 was fantastic.
Exactly.
And, like
This is your moment.
the perfect movie for right now.
Yeah, it's honestly the movie America needed
Yeah.
for right now. I'm glad it took them 10 years to get it made so it could come out today.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful movie in every... what question was that, Horking? I didn't see your questions. I've been playing a game about, you know...
What movie was it? Or something else?
What movie? What are we talking about?
I don't know.
You're gonna have to provide more context for your questions.
We've already forgotten what we were saying.
Boom!
Oh, you mean what movie was it we would fall asleep at in class?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah, no, she's not talking about a specific instance. She's saying the class was
film.
always at 8 a.m.,
Yeah.
so they always fell asleep.
Oh, God. And I mean, often they were boring movies. Sometimes they were actually really interesting. Like, we actually watched the Dracula.
Nice. Which one?
Keanu Reeves.
Oh, Keanu Reeves Dracula. He's, I mean, if you want to learn about art design and costume design, that's the best movie to watch.
That's why.
That is one of the worst accents of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in the history of
love
accents...
You, Keanu Reeves, but...
We adore Keanu Reeves. One of the worst accents of all time. Do you know what the best part about the new, Bill and Ted movie was?
What?
Like, okay, maybe not the best part, but maybe my favorite part?
Yeah.
Was that in the future, like, all versions of Future Ted really suck, but Future Bill is still kind of an okay dude, to the point where it's like, Future Bill and Past Bill don't have a problem with each other at all, but Ted is all wrapped up in self-loathing, so Future Ted and Past Ted hate each other.
Yeah.
But Future Bill and Past Bill are still buddies?
Because why does the character look like a green version of Kirby?
Oh, no idea. Probably because everyone knows that Kirby, named after a famous lawyer, is an incredibly likable character, so everyone would just want to look like him if it were at all possible. That's what I have to assume. Oh, wow, this game just got a lot cooler. And it was already a really cool game, don't get me wrong. This shield is helping a lot in this area. I think it only gives you one free hit, but it still worked. Whew! Apparently Brian's back, despite the fact that he was going to bed.
I can understand and relate to that.
Can't
Yay,
we
welcome
all?
back.
What? Oh, I didn't dodge in time.
Okay, well, I literally just Googled who is the creator of urban fantasy, and Google just told me Charles DeLint is.
Yeah.
He's not the first!
But, I mean, he built... he built all of the concepts of elves and dwarves and witches running around in cities.
This is a total bullshit article,
Okay.
because they're saying it's because of his Newford stuff.
Well,
And I'm like, that's so much later in his career.
No.
There's a lot of urban fantasy you're totally disregarding.
but he was responsible for a bunch of the important urban
like,
fantasies.
I know Marion Zimmer Bradley's an asshole who assaulted children, but like, she did create urban fantasy.
I know she did, but I'm fine.
A bunch of urban fantasy.
I am 100% fine erasing her from urban fantasy's history and letting Charles DeLint have this.
Yes, but then predating Charles DeLint, you have Marion Zimmer Bradley, you have Tanya Huff.
Again, both doing good work, but the thing we talk about when we say urban fantasy was codified in a bunch of his early stuff.
Oh no, Tanya Huff. Gate of Darkness, Circle of Light, 1982.
Okay, well let's see what they say his earliest urban fantasy was. I'm just saying, it's not surprising that Google agrees with me on this one. Boom! Kicking ass. Yeah, this game is very cute and very easy to jump into. I'm liking it a lot. No! I forgot that the, what the hell? I forgot that, oh my god, he gets more powerful as I shoot. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, because you even got some stuff in the 1940s.
Yes, but again, there's, in the same way, there's stuff that came before Chuck Berry that counts as rock and roll.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, let's see.
But I would not be surprised.
1970s, They're saying Night Stalker 74.
Then that's his.
No.
Oh, whose is that?
Kolchak, Night Stalker.
Oh, Kolchak.
TV
That's
show.
that's borderline urban fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I would see how you would call that urban fantasy. It's about werewolves running around in modern day Los Angeles.
And Isaac Asimov's Azazel stories.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, this is where you have to say, like, it's about all of the pieces, right, that go into becoming urban fantasy.
Yeah.
And I'm saying he's the guy who set it all in place. And I would not be shocked, and I can't back this up, you're going to have to research it, if the first time someone said urban fantasy, it was in reference to one of his books.
They're crediting Ghostbusters too, Gremlins.
Yeah, but he was already doing good work before all of that stuff. Uh-oh. Woo!
Terry Windling's Borderlands.
Oh dear Lord, Horking. You have a good night's sleep, and I hope waking up that early does not mess up your whole day. I'm not saying he invented the whole concept of monsters running around, fantasy monsters running around the present day. I'm saying whatever you would call the way you assemble all of those pieces to refer to it as urban fantasy rather than some other half-genre or subgenre, he's the guy who was there first. Oh, crap, this looks insane. What the hell?
I mean, he is one of the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so okay, here's a question for you, and here's what's going to prove my point. What do you call it? That it's a complicated thing, but he deserves the title.
Oh, yeah.
I want you to type into that same Google search, who created rock and roll?
I do see what you're saying. I'm just saying...
Just type it in and see what comes up. That's all I'm asking you to do.
Sure.
What's that?
Sure. Is he after or before?
He's definitely after.
Laurel K. Hamilton does not deserve to be on Queen's side.
No, Jim Butcher is definitely after Charles DeLint. I mean, I can't prove that. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but he's definitely
Okay,
after.
they are listing on Wikipedia one of Charles's earliest works.
Good. So, seriously though, Google for me who invented
I'm
rock
going
and
to in a second. I'm still reading this article.
roll. Lady. Just saying. Well, you're free to go in and edit it. That's the whole point of Wikipedia.
Well, I might later. Alright, what do you want me to...
Just type in the phrase, who invented rock and roll. And what is the name that comes up?
Chuck Berry.
And you and I both know the real answer is Ike Turner.
Yeah.
Because if you listen to the song Rocket 88, that is obviously a rock and roll song. And that's my point. There are other people who deserve credit for doing the work that led to what Charles DeLint did, but history, when you ask history, who invented urban fantasy, it's gonna be Charles DeLint's name on it.
Although, one contributor
so
trying to
bad
say
at
it
this.
was Neil Gaiman deserves to be slapped! Slapped upside the head.
I just
Okay.
love the idea. You know Neil Gaiman is literally Alan Moore's apprentice,
Yeah.
right?
Like,
Setting aside everything else that came before, like, Alan Moore literally did everything Neil Gaiman does first and better.
Yeah.
He's just not a shameless self-promoter anymore.
and also, he didn't really... Well, he did switch to it, but not while he was...
Well, no, but he has never tried to write a commercial novel.
Yeah, whereas that's what Neil Gaiman does.
Oh, absolutely.
Which, by the way, I like his novels. He has some extraordinarily good novels.
Yep.
But...
I'm bad at this level. Okay. One more try.
F this.
What is it saying now?
It switched to an article about Shannon McGuire. I love Shannon McGuire, but,
Inventing anything?
new...
Yeah. Started writing in the 2000s, I feel like. Not really relevant to the conversation. She's not Tanya Huff. Amazing writer of urban fantasy. She ain't Tanya Huff.
Well, interestingly enough,
Yeah.
Tanya Huff is the reason I started reading Shannon McGuire.
Oh, she recommended it?
Yeah, there was like a blurb on the front of a book, and I was like, all right. And then there was a foreword written by Tanya Huff about the book, and I was like, yeah, this is. If you like Tanya Huff books, yes, you will like Shannon McGuire.
Nice. Please be more careful. Oh, that was close. Damn you, slime boy. I love this invincibility button. I'm just not good at using it.
It's literally an article where Shannon McGuire is talking about the urban fantasy she loves, and of course, Tanya Huff.
Of course.
She's the best.
Yeah, she's great. It's just, you know, Charles DeLint. Come on! Why am I so bad at this? Alright, there we go. Finally! And then he died the last jump. This level is madness. I feel like we've had a serious difficulty jump between the previous level and this one. Whew! Alright, we're going to call it here, but this has been a delight. Way to go. Wait. Did that just say I'm playing the cave on normal difficulty? You're saying there's a difficult version of this? Wait, let me guess. It's one-hit kill, right? Okay. What a cute game. Anyway, I'm going to go for now. I've been the Hidden Object Guru. I'd like to thank you for coming on this journey with me. If you had a good time and you'd like to see more, there's buttons for that coming up. Questions, suggestions, related whatnots in the comment section below the video. Boom. What? Sorry, as I was saying, there's buttons coming up, questions, suggestions, related whatnots in the comment section below the video. I'm going to see you back here for more new and or upcoming video games. But until then, I'm going to say that's right. Au revoir? Anytime you're ready to die. Alright, I shouldn't have said that. That was not cool. We got this.